Divine Feminine Empress 444 here to do a collective read. Decks have already been shuffled. I hope everybody's doing really well today. I wanted to hop on and give a collective reading. I feel like we're kind of like in this like stagnant type of energy I'm feeling, right? It's almost like not knowing which way to go, kind of feeling stuck. Almost feeling this energy of like feeling like you're supposed to wait on something, but really not. I feel like that's an energy of like just confusion, I'm called to say. So I'm definitely going to do a reading and I'm hoping to get some answers, right? I want to do a reading on where my collective is heading, right? And which way we are going towards, okay? So, I hope everybody's doing really well. Don't forget to use your discernment while you're watching this reading. Remember that this is a collective reading. This is not a personal reading. If you are interested in a personal reading, everything you need is inside my description box. And with that being said, we are going to start the read. Hello. So, yeah, we have this Emperor. Where is my collective headed? Yeah. Okay, so we have the Nine of Pentacles. Ooh, the Empress. What? Okay. Wow. We have the Ace of Swords. And then we have the Five of Wands. Okay. Then we have the Hermit. 9 is very significant. Ace of Cups. We have the Knight of Swords. Okay. And we have the Six of Pentacles. The Two of Swords. Okay. I'm called to start reading. Okay. So, what I'm seeing here, collective, right? I'm getting this energy of like, you kind of like sitting on a throne, right? And what I mean by that is somebody who's like showing up as very structured. So if people are coming toward you in like combative energy or like confusion, anything like that, I feel like you're sitting back. You're not reacting. Yes. Thank you, Spirit. You could be somebody who's very you could be a parent, male or female, take it how it resonates for you. But I feel like you're just becoming a little bit more disciplined in like not in life. Don't get me wrong, it could be that area as well. But what I'm more seeing is like disciplined in how you react to things. How quickly you choose to either say something or not say something. I feel like you're taking time to like sit back and really think about what you want to say, or maybe like yeah, just not an instant reaction. Thank you, Spirit. That's what I'm hearing. Ooh, I feel like whoever I'm speaking to here, which is wonderful. I love this energy because I feel like you're about to start like receiving rewards for like the things that you've been doing, right? What I mean by that is like going within. You've been working on you as a person, working on you spiritually. And so I feel like you're about to start reaping benefits here. I feel like there's something in the air that I'm feeling, and I'm telling you, I've been feeling it for days. It's almost like a confusion, right? It's like people trying to now pull you kind of backwards or make you feel like you have to wait for something or someone else. Yeah, we're getting away from that energy. With this Empress energy, I love this. I love how this is set. Okay. And I'm going to explain to you why, collective, because you're in this like complete balanced energy. You're in both of these, the Emperor and the Empress energy. So your masculine and feminine energies are like extremely balanced right now. And I feel like you're becoming like really good with like nurturing yourself as well. Not just others around you, but like, so if you are a parent, not just nurturing your children, but I feel like nurturing yourself. I'm going to give you an example of something that I even did for myself today. Um, I was at work today and um, I saw candy apples, right? And I haven't had a I shouldn't say candy apple, it was a caramel apple with the peanuts on it, right? And when I was a kid, my mom used to make those with us. And when I was really, really little. And so it was like a happy memory, right? That I thought about. And it literally brought me back to, um, it made me think about myself at like 5 years old and like raking up leaves in the yard and being like, remembering how like I really didn't want to do that, but we had to because we had two big trees in our yard at the time. But then making fun with it, right? So I remember like jumping into this big pile of leaves and that being so much fun. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, the smell of it made me think of that time. Okay. So I feel like maybe you're like nurturing yourself. So I bought myself one today. That's the point I'm getting at. I bought myself one today and I ate it, and I hadn't ate one of those in years. And it was delicious, by the way. um so you could be doing like little things like that for yourself too. Maybe I also something that happened to me today too was like a memory and like a refresher after that was like just thinking about, for the longest I remember I couldn't think of like things that I actually like to do anymore because I do so much for my kids and for my job and for everyone else. And certain little memories of things that I used to love to do started playing in my head today. So you could be going through this as well, collective, or maybe getting ready to go through this, because a lot of the times, us readers, we are forced into like an energy or like to deal with something so that way we can talk about it, or it'll show up in the cards something that happened to us in the past so we can kind of see it. Um the energy. So when we talk about it, then it'll help you guys to better understand. So just so you know that when you watch readers, sometimes that happens, okay? Um so I am called to speak on that. So that again could possibly be something that you're experiencing as well. With this Ace of Swords, yeah, it's like you're receiving clarity, and it's not like you've gotten answers maybe possibly about like specifics about what happened to you in the past or like what people actually did. It was like you're getting like breakthroughs, like knowledge, and it's how do I want to say this, spirit? It's like I just heard, like, I just saw Super Mario Brother and Luigi. That's what I seen. Like Mario and Luigi, like, and then the ding sound from when they get a coin. Like that's how Spirit just showed it to me. And then I heard dun 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 dun, dun, and like as if you're moving along. And that's what I feel. It's like a your mind is getting sharper, right? And you know how like when you play Super Mario Brothers, like especially say you get stuck on like a level for such a long period of time, right? Maybe you're on like level 5, right? And hell, you've tried it for days and you just can't beat level 5, right? This is what this energy feels like. It's almost like that stagnant, feeling stuck type of energy, not really knowing where to head to next, right? But now I feel like you're getting ready to push through, right? It's almost like finally mastering that level. Thank you, Spirit. Now, and this is why I see this with this 5 of Wands. It's like in whatever level this was that we were in, right? Or you were in, collective. It's like it was a lot of competition, right? A lot of rivalries, conflict, chaos, strife, tension, right? And I feel like people wanted to hold you in that level, in that energy. hmm But this is why you went within, right? This is why spirit pulled you to the side, put you in hermit mode, so you could really go within, learn to use your intuition, meditate, right? Introspection, yes, insight, clarity. Thank you, spirit. With this Ace of Cups, and it all had to do with like love, right? Not love for others. Mm-mm. This had to do with loving yourself, right? Pouring love back into you. hmm Using your creativity. I'm also called to say for someone here, um, someone that's watching me has like a sexual um attachment with someone. Okay, I am called to say if you notice that's been easing up for you, um, and I feel like it's because, and spirit wants me to tell you they're really proud of you for holding back because this has been a hard thing for you. I am called to say that they're very proud of you, and you're about to receive some kind of like creative like download, I want to say, like a all of a sudden like this creative nudge, and it's because that energy that you've been harvesting and saving instead of giving it out to someone else sexually. Yeah, thank you, spirit. That you will, this will help you somehow. Um, like a new creative idea I'm hearing. Thank you, spirit. With this Knight of Swords, that's for someone. Spirit wanted me to say that. With this Knight of Swords, yeah, it's going to give you like some kind of oomph to want to take action. For others of you, it might not be sexual, but it might have been something else, right? Just not giving away your energy to others in general, right? Um, Taking that love and pouring into you, no longer taking from one an empty cup, right? Or even a half full cup. When you're not complete in yourself, how can you give to others? It's pretty much impossible. Yeah. But I feel like now, because you've saved this energy, right? And that you've took the time to heal and like just harvesting. I'm hearing harvesting. Okay. And especially right now it's fall, right? What happens in the fall time? Right? Things start to come into harvest. Pumpkins and gourds and all these things, right? Mm, yeah, I like this energy. I feel like you're growing something here. And you're getting ready to express it. Yeah. And see, this is the beautiful thing about this. I love this energy. I really do. Um, it's going to be like equal give and takes, right? You're giving a little, and I feel like you're going to be receiving back. hmm So, for instance, if you're like me, if you do something online, right? Maybe you communicate with your viewers, right? I almost said watchers. I'm human, right? I make mistakes. But yeah, maybe you communicate with your viewers. Normally I tend to do that too. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. It depends for me. Um, Sometimes I don't like to look at what people are writing, and it's no harm, no foul. It's that I'm really focused on what I'm hearing and seeing from spirit. So I'm trying to just pay attention to that. So please don't ever take it personal if I don't respond to what you write on the lives here. I do appreciate all of you, and I usually will scroll back at some point and try to see what all people are writing. And I want to thank you guys so much for watching. It's greatly appreciated. Um, yeah, but with this Two of Swords, I feel like this was something very difficult for you to do, right? You had to make some kind of decision. You were avoiding something here. I feel like that was that stagnant, stuck type of energy. It was like, I feel like you knew to let go, right? And you did walk away. You knew you just deserved more, whether this is people, places, and things, or one person, multiple people. It's going to be different for everyone. But the way Spirit's showing this to me is like, still kind of almost holding on to like a small shimmer of a hope. Thank you, Spirit. Yeah. Yeah. And this was blocking you from seeing your options here. Thank you, Spirit. You do have a lot of opportunities here. Yeah. But see, what it is these people and this conflict and this chaos was keeping you in this lack mindset. hmm Feeling like you had to be super like tight with your energy, tight with money, tight with everything, right? Because of fear. Yeah. Mm. Page of Wands. I feel like you're not supposed to be in that energy. I feel like you're meant to express yourself, speak for someone, be more of a free spirit, go after your dreams. Thank you, Spirit. Explore, try new things, do different things, right? If you get a nudge to want to like go to a fair or something of that sort, a pumpkin patch, anything like that, it's coming up for a reason. You're meant to do it, right? Hmm. Get out and go for a walk in nature. Yeah. Yeah. I feel like right now, you don't realize it because I feel like you could feel like I'm called to say this. You could have felt some kind of like stagnant energy, right? And feeling like you weren't getting any like new intuitive nudges. But that's because Spirit wanted you to see, like, to finally put an end to the past, right? To finally put it to rest. Like not always holding on to that, needing answers, needing validation, needing to know everything, right? Thank you, Spirit. With this Queen of Wands, yeah. It's all about being confident and courageous, right? Finding that new zest in life, understanding that none of these people meant shit, to be honest. I'm called to say it like that. And not saying people don't mean shit, right? But yes, in your story, they don't. Okay. They're only relevant and only important if you make them important. Thank you, Spirit. I know that sounds so easy, right? It sounds easy to say. It's easy for me to say, but I do understand, trust me, that it's not easy to always do. I don't want you guys to think I don't know that. I do know that because I've dealt with that in my life a lot. But with this Queen of Swords, with the Three of Cups, yeah, I feel like it's just like finally being that person, whether you're a male or female, it does not matter here, but finally setting clear boundaries and sticking to them, right? Celebrating with the people that are meant to celebrate with and letting go of the ones that are not meant to go along on this next chapter. Thank you, Spirit. If there was anybody that you were holding on to that was questionable, that means they were meant to be left go. That's for someone. If you were sitting there, even entertaining the idea because you felt some type of way about someone, they are not meant to go with you. And that is your answer. Justice. I am so correct. If you had to question somebody's energy, if you have to question somebody's consideration for you, if you have to question somebody's love for you, cut it off. Tower. A lot of changes right now. hmm And I feel like you're realizing that it's time. It's time. I feel like you've awakened to these new possibilities. You can feel them, right? But it's almost like they're just out of reach. And it's because you're still kind of like hanging on a little bit here. And I feel like it's time to release. Okay. And I feel like this reading for someone is really going to help you to see that it's time. Hopefully, a bunch of you. Yeah. So we have the Eight of Swords and the Seven of Swords. They want you to be in your head and keep wearing this blindfold, curious, like, well, are they? Maybe this person means well. Maybe this person is going to come back. Maybe this person's going to do better. Fuck no. This is their energy. Okay? Seven of Swords. They want to keep you in confusion, betray you, and then come back around to see if you've noticed. This is whoever this is in your life, in your energy, whether it be family, friends, lovers, okay? This is sneaky ass behavior. Let it the fuck go. These are people who act strategically and then give you boohoo sob stories, right? Well, the only reason why I did that is because, I'm just going through so much. That's the kind of shit they say to make you feel like you're going crazy. Okay, like you're fucking wrong because God, how can you be so rude? I love when people tell me I'm fucking rude. Okay, something that I have to, which you guys can probably tell by the way I read. Sometimes I'm like this very straightforward type of person, which normally I always am, to be honest with you. I'm very much a fun person, but I'm also I don't fuck around. Okay. So I am the type of person that I'm just very honest. And a lot of people fucking hate that shit. I'm very honest. I have to watch myself sometimes. I've had to learn that I have to watch my delivery sometimes because sometimes I can be a little bit too forward probably for some people's liking, I should say. Um and not that I would dumb myself down because I still tell the truth, but now I realize that I can still tell the truth and not be so harsh, right? Some people need it harsh, to be honest with you, I feel. Um, but no, like a lot of people, I've realized over the years, a lot of people cannot handle the truth. They claim they want the truth. They want somebody honest. They want somebody that's, real forward, right? Until they get it. And then they're like, oh, you're mean. Well, am I mean? Or am I telling you the truth and you don't like the truth? You only like the truth when it, benefits you. I'd rather just hear the truth, period. And then I can make the decision and do whatever the fuck I want after that. But it's not fair to do to people, like to not allow people to make decisions for themselves. Do you understand what I'm saying? Yeah, I hope that's for somebody. I just am that way. I'm just very forward. And I've learned over the years that a lot of people do not like the truth. They don't. And it be the people that like claim they want the truth so bad, right? Those are the funniest motherfuckers, to be honest with you. They'll be the first ones that they're like, just make sure you're honest with me. I can't stand when people aren't truthful with me. And then as soon as you tell them the truth, oh my God, you would think the world's coming to an end. Mm, 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 mm. Yeah. 9 is super significant for whoever is watching this. Yes, because I've seen that quite a bit. Hmm. But anyway, I see a lot of like wishes coming true for you, collective, right? Balancing out your emotions, right? Feeling very grateful as well for the lessons, right? Getting out of the your emotions, finally balancing yourself, right? Understanding that mm, I am called to say this. I had a revelation the last couple days, um, to where I felt really confident with because I've always, like I said, I'm a truth teller and I like to receive the truth, but I am emotional too, to a degree. I'm a female. Most females are, I think, a little bit more emotional. um of course that's not going to be 100% for everyone, but I would say 95.999% of women are quite emotional creatures, right? um and learning to control my reaction to things or my action, which mm, how do I want to say this? Because I always have been the type of person, like, I know when I'm in extreme situations, I can control myself because I've had to do that for protection over myself a lot of times in life, especially when I was in past relationships and abusive relationships. I always knew how to control, like, not allowing somebody to make me react. So I learned how to, you know how they say when you're dealing with a narcissist, gray rocking? I never realized, because I didn't even know what a narcissist was years ago. But I was dealing with narcissists not knowing who they were. Okay. And naturally gray rocking. And as I was learning finally what narcissism was, and then looking back, I was like, different things. I was like, wow, I was already performing this stuff. Like I was already gray rocking. I was already knowledgeable without being knowledgeable. Do you understand what I mean, collective? It was crazy. It was weird. And I feel like that was definitely by the grace of God, right? And the help of spirit, and having this type of loving kindness, generous type of person that I am. And I feel like I have nobody but God to thank for that, right? Because definitely God has gotten me out of a lot of situations that were pretty fucking sticky. Hmm. Anyway, let's get a couple more cards out of the tarot, and then we'll do um, a divine goddess message. Okay, yeah. So we have the Ten of Cups and the Nine of Wands. See, all the shit you've been through, right? You finding that courage that no matter what, battle, bruised, beaten, discarded, right? Hurt, in the worst of conditions for you, right? You still found that courage. You still said, you know what? I'm going to give it one more fucking try. And I love this energy for you, collective. Because guess what? That's what's here. It is here. Hmm. Divine love, harmony, happiness, relationships. Why? Because now you've done all this work. You know what this all boiled down to, collective? I'm going to give you the answer. It was all about you trusting you again. See, you lost trust in yourself because of the way other people took advantage of you, the way other people got you to not trust yourself, right? They would confuse you. You would see things one way, and then they would say, oh, no, that's not what I was trying to do. And because you love them, right? Or because maybe you don't want to hurt their feelings or whatever, you would see things their way. right? Now you're understanding to trust yourself. No matter what, you always knew. You knew when these people were mistreating you. You just chose to put on a blindfold. Okay? You just chose to put on those love goggles. That's what I call them. What do they call that? The rose colored glasses. Amen. And now it's all about you trusting yourself again. You will make the right decisions. You don't have to be afraid. See, a lot of the times we go into hermit mode and we want to stay in hermit mode, right? And we don't want to move forward. Why? Out of fear. Because we think to ourselves, oh, but I don't want to have to deal with those kind of people anymore. And just when you step back out, you feel like you're being thrown lessons. But guess what? You keep passing them. Why? Because now you see it. You know what it is. You call it the fuck out. Okay? You don't have to deal with that kind of shit. Because now you're going to trust yourself. So you don't get yourself in these sticky situations anymore. Yeah, look at this. 7 people watching, I just seen. And then we have the 7 of Wands. 7 and 9s are very significant. 79 could be very significant, and 97 could be very significant. Also, heavy Leo energy, heavy Virgo energy, heavy Scorpio energy, Taurus. I feel like you're up for the challenge. And I'm also hearing that, how do I want to say this? It's almost like, look at how this person looks in the card. I'm called to show this first. Okay. Really pay attention to like how that looks, right? Use your intuition, collective. And you don't have to say it out loud. But what does this tell you? Picture this as you. How does that make you feel to see this? Right? To me, for someone here, it makes you feel like you're tired. Tired of feeling like you have to be in this battle, right? For someone else here, it's like, man, I'm willing to give it one more shot. And whichever level you're at, it's not wrong. Okay? It doesn't matter if you're on the level of tired of it or if you're at that level where you're like, okay, I'm willing to give it one more shot. Okay? Because it's forward movement, I'm called to say. Knight of Wands. All of a sudden, I feel like you're going to get this burst of fucking energy and feel inspired to do something. And I'm called to tell you to fucking do it. Okay? Be fearless. Just go after it. Whatever this is, be impulsive for once in your life. Stop trying to stay inside the box. I just heard that book, Ben and the Purple Crayon, right? Draw out the fucking lines, okay? Nothing in life is perfect. It don't have to be. You don't have to have the fucking answers to everything. And if you fail, so what? You get up and try again. When did you lose that, collective? That childlike mentality of, who cares if I fail? When did we lose that? Or when did we allow people to rob us of that? That innocence. 3 of Wands. Yeah. I just heard dun, 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 like preparation, progress, foresight. Yeah, I feel like you're going to all of a sudden gain some kind of insight, and it's just like, boom, it's going to take off here. Okay. I definitely see that. This is really beautiful energy, collective. I really love this for you. And I love this for all of us. Okay. So let's get a divine goddess oracle message. Yeah. Divine counterpart. A divine connection sent to you from your angels. I do feel like for someone or for a few of you here, this could be the case. And only if you really feel like this is coming in. Like, I am called to say, if you've really been honing in on this, like wanting someone, um, and manifesting it, I feel like you'll know if this is for you. But I feel like this is definitely coming. I'm also hearing too, sometimes it's in in ways that you think that it's not, right? And I'm called to give this example. When I was going through my spiritual awakening in the very beginning, um like I said, I'm not a huge, like, I love animals, um but I think I went through a period of time in my life because I was a mother for so long, and because I've always had to take care of everything and everyone else, I kind of just wanted some time to myself. And so anyway, it's funny how God and the universe works, right? My dog that was not my dog ended up now being my dog. And I feel like the universe and God did that for a reason. Because at that time I was very secluded, right, from everyone and everything. Um, Not my children, of course, but I really blocked myself from everyone. And at first I kind of like pushed the dog away a little bit. I wasn't definitely mean. I was, feeding him and taking care of him and all that kind of stuff. But that extra like umph and like love, it just wasn't there for a short period of time. And it was crazy because out of nowhere one day I had this like thought in my head, like, here I am wanting love, right? Wanting someone to just see me, wanting somebody to be there for me, right? And the whole time I had it and I was pushing it away. Sometimes God will test us in other ways to give you something, right? And to see how you're going to treat it or react to it before He gives you something that you really want, right? And it was crazy because it brought tears to my eyes because it wasn't anything personal. It's just I was sad. I was depressed, right? And I was experiencing a lot of anxiety and things like that at the time. But you know what's crazy is God gave it to me in a dog. And you want to know why? Because let's tell the truth to shame the devil, right? A dog is the most loyal thing you'll ever get. No matter what, they love you, no matter what, they care about you. This dog looks for me to in excitement when I come home every day. I could walk out the door and 5 seconds later, he feels like I've been gone 5 hours. I'm his every fucking thing. So yeah, it might not be a man, right? Or for some of you, it might not be a woman, but it might show up in other way, is all I'm saying to you. And it doesn't have to be a dog. It could be a cat, it could be a bird, it could be, you know, your children, whatever it is. Yeah. I do love animals though. Don't get me wrong. Because I don't want to confuse people. I really do love animals. Like I've always been the type on my father's side of the family, they had a farm. So, I was always around that kind of stuff. I love animals and I love farming and all that kind of stuff too. But then my other side of the family was more city like. So like I had the best of both worlds, I think, in a sense. Um so anyway, you got sacrifice. Giving up something now for a future reward. Yeah. So it's like giving up what you thought you wanted, collective. You may have thought you wanted this specific person, right? Come to find out, it wasn't the person that you wanted, it was that feeling, right? And that person wasn't even giving you that feeling. So it was like giving up something negative for something positive to come in. Denial. Yeah. And that's exactly what you were doing. Failure to accept a situation, unhealthy cycles, or addictions. For some of you, you could have been holding on to different, addictions, drugs, cigarettes, food, um, a person, whatever this is, alcohol. Yeah. For others of you, it was just unhealthy attachments. Mhm. Deception and acceptance. False illusions, scarcity mentality, falling into bad habits. Shit. I don't care who you are, okay? Everyone has a vice. Everyone. Some people will talk about their vices and others hide them. That's a fact. I don't care who you are. Everyone has a vice in some way, okay? Again, some people just don't like to talk about theirs. I freely talk about mine. I used to smoke cigarettes all the time. And guess what? I quit. It's been almost 3 weeks now. Tomorrow will be 3 weeks that I quit smoking. I'm super proud of myself. But yeah, so for some of you, you could have quit smoking, you could have quit drinking, you could, whatever this is. Stop lying to yourself, right? Stop using going from one bad habit to another. That was something that I've been really like watching too, because when you, especially anybody that smokes, you'll know what I'm talking about. Most smokers, we go from one bad habit to another. And I didn't want to do that. A lot of the times you'll go from smoking cigarettes to eating. And I thought to myself, oh, please, God, don't do that shit to me. So when I start getting that little like, or I want a snack because I just want that hand to mouth type of thing, I pick up a thing of gum. I was like, nope, we ain't getting into that bad habit. But yeah, accepting the past and current situations, working through issues gracefully. Again, I could use cigarettes as an example, right? You're going to take this how it resonates for you. For me, it was, understanding that when I'm stressed, because I've been going through a lot of stressful situations, trust me. My phone broke last week. I mean, all kinds of shit. Um, but accepting that life happens, things happen, and I don't have to pick up a cigarette because that cigarette ain't gonna solve anything, right? And then just working through my issues. Sometimes it's breath work, sometimes it's meditation, sometimes it's praying, right? Um, Keeping the faith. So yeah, that's what I have for you guys. Hopefully this resonated with somebody. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for hitting the thumbs up. I greatly appreciate it. How's the weather where everybody's at? Everybody's starting to get this like fall weather now. My what? Yes. You are so welcome. You are so I miss you guys. When I don't get on, I hope you guys don't think I don't think of you every day. I promise I do. Um, but there's sometimes that I feel this like need to step back. And the reason why is because I don't like to project negative energy on anyone else. Um, I've always been the type of person, if I'm in a bad mood or if I'm not feeling well or whatever, I try to like pull myself away from people because I don't like that. Some people enjoy projecting negative energy onto people. I don't. I don't like to do that. And I don't want to give you guys per se my negative energy, right? I want to be able to give you your energy and talk through your energy. I hope that makes sense for you guys. So sometimes if I step away, it's not because I don't want to give you guys a good reading. In that time frame, what I do suggest when I'm not able to get on is if you're drawn to one of my other readings, a past reading, one of them come up, watch it because it could mean something for you. Also, go within in that time frame as well, right? And start using your own intuition and because I do want you guys, I'm here to help. That's what I want to be here for. I don't want to like do everything for you. I want to help you to progress, to move forward, and to be able to guide your own self eventually, right? And even if not, even if you do get all your hopes, wants, and desires, which I do pray you get, maybe you'll still watch me, right? Just because we kind of like form like a little family here. There's nothing wrong with that. But yeah, I just want to say thank you so much for watching, guys. Again, I missed you guys so much. I am gonna get back on tomorrow for sure. And then Saturday we are going back to me doing um the questions. I'm gonna allow people to ask a question per person at the end of Saturday's reading. So stay tuned. Oh, thank you guys for all the support. I really appreciate it. You guys make my heart pitter patter. All right, guys, you have a great night. God bless you all. Stay safe. Please go within. Make sure you meditate. I just heard. You know that how they what commercial is that? Why did I hear that? Spirit just said, I'll leave the light on for you. Ah, that's funny. So you gotta leave the light on for me, collective. All right, you guys. You have a blessed night. All right, love you guys. Bye.